Hey, hi, how's it going? I'm gonna give my thoughts on almost all the videos I made. But first, I'll kindly ask you to please subscribe, like, and comment, okay? Good. Now, for some videos, I will have a lot to say, and for others, I would not have much. But also, there is the YTPs, which I will avoid talking about because they feel too similar to one another, and I don't want to pad this video out. Ready and waiting, let's go. This video is the oldest video available in my channel. Anything released before it is lost media. Except for this, a thumbnail I used in a video in 2017. But back to the YTP. It's a definite product of its time, between the video being 70% pictures slapped onto videos of how to basic and fresh got slim, and the weird English I had, and as far as my YTPs went, this one was really not the best. But the Brainiac arrest bit got a chuckle from me. This video has the honor of being my first ever premiere. Being a dumb 16-year-old at the time, I was bold to think that would actually guarantee my fame. Again, like the previous video, it's definitely a product of its time, mainly now because of the recurring dumb jokes that definitely gave the impression of being 16. The part where CJ attempts to open Big Smoke's door was funny, but lasted for way too long. And the overusage of ear rape with CJ screaming loudly every 5 seconds. The bit with OG Loc, or GO-LOL, beating up the homies was kinda clever, with the usage of the Design Your Own Missions mod, or DYOM, or as Joshimus calls it, DWOM. The part with the Mortal Kombat acapella was very obnoxious, but the ending was funny. Last thing to mention, it also featured the first time I ever spoke on this channel. My voice has come a very long way since then. This was my first attempt at making a viral meme. It's not much, but the random long pauses give you anxiety. This YTP had a somewhat cohesive story. Again, with the bad English and unfunny humor that occasionally gets a chuckle. But the meat and taters of this video was that it earned me my first channel strike, believe it or not. It came out in February 2019 and got struck in July 2021 for, and I quote, glorifying terrorist organizations over a 9/11 joke. Funnily enough, it took me until February 2024 to get rid of the strike. Yes, I somehow didn't get bothered by the strike until recently last year when I approached the sensitivity training menu and finally got the strike removed on May 2024. Hilarious. Gee whiz, what a surprise, another San Andreas related video. However, not a YTP for once. This video, albeit very janky, with a weird resolution that's compressed so hard you think it's a vacuum seal, it's an interesting video nonetheless. I wish I hadn't given the characters those weird YTP names because that really has nothing to do with it. Yeah, that's it. Finally, something new for once. This was my first ever Garry's Mod animation. It, as the name states, is a very short video with awkward animation tricks. It took me forever to create this video for the fact I've never made anything like this before. If I could make it today, it would be of a higher quality with funnier jokes and in much less time. This was the beginning of something that never really took off sadly, but I still admire that era of making Garry's Mod videos. Sigh. Back to YTPs again. This one is a very special YTP as it is the best one I've made by far. I took guidance from a great friend and YouTube pooper, The Damage. He has since disappeared from the internet and I miss him a lot and wish him all the best. This video would have been absolutely nothing without his guidance, and because of his experience, helped set the bar so astronomically high that no other YTP I made could even come remotely close. It had a nice structure to it and had unique jokes and things I've never thought of using before. The Damage, wherever you are, thank you so much, friend.
And what the hell is on Joey said?
Aw man, watching this video makes me cringe with nostalgia. The video is lower quality, sure, but nothing could take away the happiness I got with hitting my first 100 subscribers. This video was a little branch off of the usual kind of content. I saw a few videos by the likes of Pamtree, Surreal Entertainment, and Cyber8, and it inspired me to make something trippy and weird just like their videos. Though without using any 3D modeling or animation since I lack the ability to do so, this video focused on surrealism with Vegas Pro animating. A Votmit gets kicked out. This video holds so much significance to me. The nostalgia of seeing this really hits me hard. I had to come out with a long Garry's Mod video, and I remember it took me through the last weeks of summer 2019 to make this video. Sure, it meandered and had slow pacing here and there, but that was because I was new to making a Garry's Mod video. There isn't really much for me to say about it other than nostalgic ramblings though, so that's it. I recently covered this video in a recent one. This video holds so much for me because it's where the Barty drawing was born. It was an oversimplification of what I looked like back in 2019, with the glasses, beanie, fingerless gloves and mask, because that's how I like to appear back then. This design is also very remarkable that I could not actually replace it. I attempted once, but it never came out well. So the current Barty design is actually an edit of this original 2019 design. Part of me wishes I stuck around with commentary content back in 2019 with that video, but you can't really change the past, and I'm content with it being that way. The meme, the myth, the legend, and formerly my most viewed video, Bruh is Calling, was a big hit with the fans. That video gave me a huge bump in viewers over what, a stupid joke I made that I barely even remember? And also the last video of the 2010s and 2019. This video is a relic. First video of the new decade and year, and also my first physical appearance on the channel. This video is pure early installment weirdness, and that younger Barty kitsch. I was fatter, dumber, and crazier back then, and set the goal of 500 subscribers. One wish I would hit 4 years later, no thanks to YTPs. I have yet to fulfill my promise of eating hot Korean noodles for 500 subscribers, which originally at the time was a hot pepper. I did this video much better than any other IRL attempt. For some reason I owned it and locked in a lot back then. Nowadays I don't do good much with this type of content, so that's dibs on young Barty. The camera angle is odd, but that's because it was filmed on an iPhone 8 Plus. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'll be able to make a video of this caliber ever again. My first gaming video to still be on this channel. This video has nothing worthy of watching. Absolutely nothing. The microphone quality is dog shit. The pretentious, I don't need no introduction cause you already know who I am intro really makes me cringe. I don't need no introduction cause you guys already know who I am. Shut up, you pompous fat f***. Anyway, the video is long, and because it's Manhunt 2, there is gore and excessive violence. Though I did set a warning in the beginning of it. This video features some interesting commentary from 17-year-old Barty, including a slur. When I was rewatching this video to give my thoughts on it, I was surprised to find out I actually said the F slur. Let's wait for this f*** to go in. Yeah, that's enough of this video for now. Well, back to Gary's mod videos again. This video was one of my most favorite. It's Heavy and Scout fucking around with Engineer and unknowingly summoning the Putis duckling, which causes a problem. This was one of the videos I made during the time COVID took over, so it really holds so much sentimental value for me. This video has furthered the story arc with Avotmit, showing where he moved to, and the interaction with his new housemates. This video had to be remade twice due to my old computer shitting itself hard. It was supposed to come out in February, but then it was pushed to June 2020. Ignoring the stereotypes and weird humor, it was somewhat solid and set the plot for the next Gmod video. Back to YTPs for a bit. Don't click off the video yet. This YTP was solid on its own, but also unique for the fact that it was my first ever requested video. I forgot the name of the guy who requested the title and the casino DLC to be edited, but I thank him for the help. Ugh, this damn video. I was so committed to making subscriber challenges like these back then, and this one really was one I shouldn't have done. In part due to coal not exactly being the most succulent, delicious thing to eat, like lit paint chips, but also because this video was disgusting. I feel like rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. A complete waste of time. Though by watching this video I can feel the cold air of the room in this video, and it gives me some nostalgia to late 2020. Last video of 2020, and certainly one of the weirdest. This video features brief voice acting work by a friend of mine. Thank you, Art. And somehow, every time I watch it, it transports me to the exact same moment in front of my old computer. Not much to say other than me rambling about nostalgia, so let's just move on. Second gaming video, and uniquely if a horror game, that being Amnesia Justine. Unlike the obscenely long, stupid, and unedited Manhunt video, this one is actually not too long, has somewhat funny editing, no slurs this time, and actually a half-decent microphone quality. Oh joy, yet another arbitrary subscriber special. this time actually eating a food item instead of coal. Oh hey, and featuring me with long hair. Oh, them's the days. This video was one hell of a nostalgia trip. I love the goofiness of an April Fool's Day video that isn't just, haha, get pranked. I'll avoid nostalgia ramblings this time because there'll be a lot of them. This video spits out old Garry's Mod vibes. And did I really have such a shitty microphone even at that point in time? There are static sounds in the background.
Oh boy, it's April the 1st!
And why do the characters' voices randomly change in volume? I do cringe at the voice work I did back then, which by the way, most of the characters are voiced by me except Doris and Danny, which are voiced by two good friends of mine. I've forgotten just how much Easter eggs are sprinkled in the video though, like Undertaker here and Slender Man here, and the prank sequence was actually funny. Fun fact, half the video was filmed in January 2021 and the second half was in March 2021. I had forgotten about this video, and seeing it actually confused me a lot. A shitpost with plenty of effort that actually paid off in views? This video was made a few days after the initial EDP stink, known colloquially as the cupcake incident. I couldn't help but rewatch it multiple times, and the backgrounds were white and black and featured stills of characters slowly zooming, exactly like the Grand Theft Auto 4 loading screen on PC. And the bit at the end got a chuckle from me. As far as shitposts and memes go, this one is my magnum opus. And the view and subscriber boom was very huge. Unfortunately, I could not capitalize on that because, well, it's a coin flip when it comes to making shitposts and meme videos. It could be lots of effort for only 100 views. Or it could be lots of effort for 1,000 views. And yes, I consider 1,000 views to be a lot because, well, I'm a small channel. Moving on. Oh boy, if you know, you know. This video was my first ever controversy. In an attempt to increase views, I made a giveaway, asking people to join my then Discord server, not the one that's active, but the old one from 2019, and asked them to like, subscribe, and comment signed. The promise never came to be, and the giveaway never happened, and thus the video was dislike bombed rightfully. But I am looking for a penance for that. To correct my mistake on that, I think I might hold a giveaway someday soon, this time actually fulfilling the promise. Oh hey, a gameplay video, and it only took from February to the end of June for another one to come out. This one featuring a weird storyline that never materialized, of Green Screen Man getting kidnapped and Willie hearing of the news who tries to go to Barty to tell him of the ransom but fucking dies. Twice. Anyway, shit makes me really cringe hard what I was trying to do back then, but hey, here's a little piece of trivia. Oliver Joyce, the creator of Swords and Sandals, actually did the narration bit after the intro sequence.
And thus, our hero Barty is embarked on a journey.
So that's a huge bragging right. The audio quality was terrible, and unfortunately no funny edits like the Amnesia video, and nothing really materialized after this, thank God. This video hurts a lot to watch, considering what had just happened after it came out. For context on why I don't have glasses, it's because a month before the video I had LASIK, which means I don't need glasses anymore. I had applied to my first job, which was one of the worst times of my life that lasted 9 whole months, from August 21st, 2021 to June 3rd, 2022. I was so excited for that job, yet it turned out to be the most soul-crushing thing that had crippled my channel and my mental health for a while. Anyway, this video also shows some really interesting previews of videos that never came out. I also interestingly left a comment venting about this video, so that also makes sense on the pain from my first job. Hey, so the previous video I was just talking about was made in August 2021. Without checking the dates, when was this video released? Take a wild guess. It's actually March 2022. Yes, 7 whole months with no content. That's how terrible my job was. For some personal stuff and context, I had taken a week-long break from work, which was funnily extended to 2 weeks instead of 1, because I caught a fever at the end and we thought it was COVID. I stayed up the first night of the break drinking coffee and making this video while watching Leo and Satan on my phone, and it was one hell of a vibe. This is the first Garry's Mod video I made to be animated using the stop-motion helper tool instead of the fizz-gun puppeteering. Though I did use some of it, I had so much fun making this video. The intro imitating Ian is bored from Smosh took me by surprise. This video surprisingly took the shortest time to create, which was 2 days, unlike the ones that came before and after that took forever to make. The humor in this video is absolutely funny and was wondering, What the hell did I smoke at the time? Well, 3 cups of coffee is one of them. But I had that creative spirit in me back then. The end screen stated the part 2 would come very soon, but funnily enough, part 2 only came out last April in 2024. Yeah, never make promises like that. Another Gary's Mod video. This one, however, focusing on Heavy instead of my other characters. And oh god, this one was made in August 2022. Yeah, the burnout really lasted a while. Anyway, this video took me by surprise. All the gags, weird stuff and jokes. This one also featured voice work from another friend. Thank you, Bean Boy. I initially made this video as a series where it would take off at the end where Heavy gets his car impounded. Like the previous video, I used the mix of puppeteering and stop motion helper. And yeah, that's it. This video was made right after the GTA 6 beta footage leaks came to be. I figured I would fuck around with the idea of pretending to have a copy of GTA 6. The video was just me giving a bogus review while showcasing features of Grand Theft Auto 6. Those features are just other games like Mafia 2, Pimp My Ride, Sims 3, Smackdown Here Comes the Pain, and such. The video featured me with a pink mask on, otherwise known as Fake Barty, and holds sentimental value as the last video I made on my first PC. Yes, this same PC that I talked about in the console gaming video. I had no script and did everything ad-lib, which is why I stutter and sound speechless. I didn't like the lack of engagement on it, but I personally think this video was clever at times. Might even say innovative. For this one, I want to combine these 2 videos into one entry, due to them being uploaded right after another, and being of me playing doors. This was during the time I had my first burnout of making YTPs and wanted to branch out, and I just decided to play Roblox. Funny how that ended up being a topic I came back to multiple times. Now, there is not much to part 2 other than it being my introduction to the game and me getting jump scared, which is funny. But part 2 had rare events happen to me, like getting attacked by Ambush and Timothy, my informative commentary on Slenders, Banshee Screech, and many other blunders. The series ended like that, and ever since I just hadn't found the time to get back to the headspace to make Doors videos. I loved this video a lot. Sure, there is not much to it, and I didn't expect views on it, but I tossed it out for fun for whoever wants to stumble upon it and watch me goof around. It has a bit of a Germa vibe to it, albeit it's me and not Germa. But there's not really much to say about it other than I did it for funs. Fun fact, did you know I used to make a lot of pivot animations when I was a kid? Yeah, well, this was the first collab I've ever been part of. The leather ice cream stick figures on collab. The animations I made were silly ones you would see in those stick figures on crack videos from 2009. Wish I grew up on when I was a kid. They're weird and confusing, exactly like the ones from back then. Like the previous video, it's more of me having fun with the collab. I'm gonna combine entries again. And yes, we're back to YTPs. However, this series is focused on Vice City and not San Andreas, for once. They felt a little awkward to create at first, since I was so used to all the chaos from the San Andreas YTPs. All the videos combined are around 4 minutes long, but they are jam-packed with funny moments. And they actually followed the storyline for once, which I have not done in a long time. There was the whole ordeal with Sonny's cake, Tommy getting kidnapped, and of course, him getting his shoes stolen. The series ended abruptly, and honestly, I'm okay with that. There wasn't really a right way to continue, especially considering, cough cough, San Andreas, and how many times I completely burned myself out making YTPs. It felt like a brief renaissance for once, and then, well, it was back to the dark ages. This is the long-awaited part 2 of the SCP video. Well, technically it's just a preview of it. Somehow it ended up overtaking the original in views despite only being a preview. It still had plenty of humor and even featured improved stop-motion helper animation that looked way better. Part 2 has actually been released on my second channel, to an astounding 14 views. Yeah, if you do want to check it out, I'll drop a link in the description. Another attempt to branch out, 5 years too late, was a Steamed Hams video. View-wise, it did decently, but in the comments, it absolutely bombed. It was just a simple Steamed Hams meme. Surprisingly, nobody had done the idea yet, steamed hams, but with
liver and onions.
pretty typical as far as steamed hams content goes. Still, I can't help but wonder, how many views would it have pulled if I uploaded it back in 2018? A holiday-themed Gmod video. This one was for Halloween. This Halloween video is near and dear to my heart. It even featured a guest voice actor, not just any friend, but Swekta. Yes, that Swekta. He voiced Elijah, the bald guy in the red t-shirt who keeps getting pestered. The video feels both short and long at the same time. It had some great moments, and I loved how the characters refused to give up trick-or-treating, even if it meant harassing a villager, or somehow getting on a plane midair. And I could not stop laughing at the part where they argue with some random guy near his house. Unfortunately, like most of these Gmod videos, the latter part gets a bit rushed, with a Deus Ex Machina ending featuring the Grim Reaper. In a way, this was the final Gmod video to feature a Votman in the gang. Sure, the SCP Part 2 video came out afterward, but that video had been in development long before this one ever released. This is one of the final YTPs I've ever made, and I have fulfilled my childhood dream of having a YTP of mine reacted to by Fresh Cut Slim. The video featured plenty of raunchy and crude jokes, plastered repeatedly on your face within the 58 seconds of runtime it has. Fresh Cut Slim himself reacted to this video, and it was one of the best feelings I've ever had. My only gripe? That YTP being pretty short. Though for what it's worth, it is actually a pretty decent YTP. This is where it ends. The final GTA San Andreas YTP. This has been in the works since 2022. Yes, I was severely burned out from it. I was absolutely tired, and I've had enough. It was a painful loop for the last 2 years. This YTP was in the making, and that is how it all ended. I had some ideas to use, but some were just rushed and padded to make the YTP longer, like the part with the Rock and Coach, the taxi chase, and some others. There wasn't really much of a storyline, it was just everything shrink-wrapped together because I was really tired of this YTP. I've had enough of making YTPs. I was so burned out, but I had this YTP in development hell since 2022. And finally, at the very end of 2023, this YTP came out. And thus ends the torment from YTPs for good. Well, here we are. 1 year since this change. It was the beginning of a new era. A very Bardian one. One that was perfectly timed. Just when it was meant to be. For a while, I'd been tired of making YTPs, as I already stated like a million times before. Everything was monotonous and stagnant. It was either make GTA San Andreas YTPs or sink. But I refused to choose between the two. I've spoke repeatedly in the past about how I was tired of making YTPs, to no response whatsoever. But then I thought to myself, screw it, no one's gonna respond. So what if I just unlist all my videos, drop this one video with an attractive title, and wait? And boy, it worked wonders. I do not regret the sudden change one bit. It began, as I like to call it, the debonair era. Because from then on, my content started becoming more contained, more sophisticated. Well, I wouldn't say sophisticated, but yeah, just better. This way, I felt like I really hammered in the point that I was done with YTPs, and that it was time for something new to come along. I'd retract my statement that I said in the video about uploading YTPs and Garry's Mod animations to my second channel. I wanted to be a little open-ended on it, but no, I retracted. I am 100% done with YTPs. My second channel is going to be more of a landfill for content that does not fit the standard of my main channel. This was my first video after officially quitting YTPs, and it was more of a passion project with some high standards. Sort of. The microphone quality was uneven. I'm still using the same mic right now. I'm speaking into it actually. But back then, I did not have a boom arm or a pop filter, so that's that. I'm a little sad this video didn't get much engagement. My opinions 1 year later still stand the same. I did not care about the yearly release 2K slop, and I still don't care now. Even with WWE 2K25, it's just the same shit different year, and roster. As we speak, I started playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 again, finished GM mode, and wrapped up the FFNY vs. Undertaker storyline, so my opinion for that game has gone up a bit. I still believe Def Jam Fight for New York to be the best. Haven't played it in a while though, so I'm getting a bit rusty. I would love to see more wrestling games take inspiration from the two Def Jam games instead of the realistic, boring crap we have in this day and age. Oh, and by the way, the voice actor for the clean-cut voice in Def Jam Fight for New York, that's the same voice actor as Corey from Being Ian, and also Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Can't believe you tried to trick me into doing all that housework so that you could go to some lame concert.
You can't stack up to me! Hope you like the taste of my knuckles, chump! Any last words, punk?
I just wanted to throw that running gag out again. This video is my magnum opus. It currently has 9,000 views, and has exactly the kind of engagement I want. People actually watching and commenting on the video. Though I've changed my views on a few small things, my main points still stand on why I dislike and have left the furry fandom. Add to that the fact that, well, I'm old now. Later this year I'll be turning 23. I joined the fandom when I was 14 years old. And that realization of, man, I'm getting too old for this shit, just happens for some people. I mean, sure, it may not explain the strange number of older folks who are still obsessed with their personas in the fandom, wearing it like a North Korean general wears their badges, but hey, to each their own. This video kickstarted and set in stone that I am indeed meant to be a commentary channel. I was hoping to hit like, 1,000 views? But this video just keeps bringing in more and more views, even to this day. This video is my attempt at cashing in on the everything explained in however many minutes trend. I believe this genre is reaching its dark ages. The people who jumped on early are beating a dead horse, making videos that have clearly run out of ideas. I happen to make an interesting take on it, tackling bad counter arguments, and I was rewarded nicely. Almost 3,000 views and a decent amount of comments, as nature intends. The video was a bit rushed, but it seems people liked it enough as is. Oh boy, I made so many kids rage with this video, because God forbid someone holds an opinion on an overrated channel. This video featured the first fan art I've ever received, thanks to talented friend and subscriber 83. But that aside, this video really struck a nerve. I mean really. It's one of my most disliked videos, with a 72.2% like ratio. Half the comments are kids throwing a bomb-shaped tantrum at a straw man, instead of actually criticizing points or engaging respectfully. In the video, I stated that I hoped this would be the only SML video I'd ever make, and thank God I stuck to that. Being known as the SML guy really is a curse, and I mean actually a curse. I did name drop WH Dude and Ray Rants respectfully and called them awesome, because then, at the time, there was a sliver of respect. With 2025 hindsight though, both WH Dude and Ray Rants are shitty, disgusting people involved in talking with minors. But that aside, I came to realize that crying about SML as my only source of content is not good. Because to be associated with the hellscape that is SML and the SML critics is problematic to high hell. My points still stand, I have not seen anything new from SML since, but I'm pretty sure SML still does the same shit, so it's no good to keep complaining. This video is part 2 to the furry video I made earlier, and the last video for a while as I went on a hiatus at the time. The video was struck by WWE because I used footage of WCW to elaborate on an argument. I tried to appeal, but it was instantly rejected. Screw you too, Triple H, burying not only talent but also my video. I elaborated on my points and tried to counter many. My persona from back then in the day was actually killed, and I thought, honestly, that was empowering in a way. Like I dropped weight from my back. Coming back to revise, I liked my argument on color theory and WCW. This video, despite the way it ended, I wanted to make it as open-ended as possible, in the event that I ever want to make a part 3, which I might start making soon. I hit a wall and had not uploaded for 2 months. The previous video, the Furry Part 2 video, was uploaded on June 19th, 2024. This one was made on August 22nd, 2024. Really hated how this video, despite packing so many points and things worthy of watching, bombed so hard in views and engagement. That aside, I had so much fun making this video and loved reminiscing about things from the old days. Oh hey, fun fact. Did you know that I actually met guest number 1 in a Roblox game back in 2014? Yeah, here it is. Crazy, right? Anyway, my points still stand. I still believe 2016 to 2019 were bad eras of Roblox, marred by boring gaming YouTubers and games that all just felt the same. I firmly believe modern day Roblox is great. Sure, it has its flaws, but I'll take the creativity of games from modern Roblox over any past era, any time of the day. Oh man, I hate this video. I officially denounce and retract most of what I said in this video. The video set up a storyline of me running for president of the United States, which never really took off or transpired from this point. I don't know what headspace I was in at the time, but I came across as desperately trying to sound like a bigger person, while providing safe, edgy examples instead of wild ones. I still stand by my points of saying that Master Oogway is a shit smear on a stick, and the little Sigma kids crying over woke. I should have provided more examples of people like that instead of trying to tell you what's funny and what's not. The Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island joke still is my favorite after giving it a rewatch. Good dark/edgy humor, to me, is stuff that makes you laugh, then feel somewhat guilty. Not, hey look, fuck minorities, haha, I am so funny. But hey, at least that's how I see it. Comedy is subjective. Now this here is where I want to mark the cutoff period, as videos less than 6 months old feel a little too recent. Anyway, this was a quick video regarding the Lunchley situation. Oh boy, that was a while ago. It was me recapping the situation in 3 minutes, not 30 minutes like some people, and while yes I said information that was already known, I took the liberty to toss around some dry humor with it to make it funny, and to show solidarity with DanTDM and Jacksepticeye against the corporate, lifeless YouTubers. After this video, I took a hiatus that ended on November 19th. Oh boy. This is my longest video to date. Over 30 minutes and over 30,000 letters in the script. I want to apologize for this video coming 4 days overdue. I caught a cold and you can tell by my voice how nasally it is. I wanted to wait until my voice was back to normal, but I really wasn't in the mood to wait, so I said fuck it and decided to finish up on it. I straight up sound like the lawyer from The Simpsons. Hold on, let me see if I can imitate his voice. Your Honor, my client has instructed me to remind the court how rich and important he is, and that he's not like other men. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord, link in the description, and until next time, peace.